recording. And we can start. Can you see my slide? Yes, perfect. So welcome everybody to our waste management workshop under the Circular Cities and Regions Initiative Knowledge Hub. It will have a duration of almost 1 hour and a half. And I would like, on behalf of EURADA, the European Association of Development Agencies, to welcome you. And especially, I'm very glad to inform you that we have with us one of our members, Navarra Zirkular Initiative, and also representatives from Roskovec Municipality, that they will inform you about very interesting aspects of waste management. And also, I would like to introduce myself before we start. I am a Policy and Project Officer in EURADA, and my name is Athanasia Maria Tompolidi, but you can call me Nancy. So, before we jump on the agenda of today's workshop, we would like to share with you the reasons why we wanted to do this workshop. So, the aim of our workshop today is to explore real-life examples of effective waste management, provide practical insights and circular strategies for Roskovec in Albania and similar municipalities, and facilitate an exchange of ideas and solutions between local stakeholders and regional experts. And now we can have a fast look on the agenda. So today you will hear about EURADA's involvement in circular economy and about the Circular Cities and Regions Knowledge Hub Initiative, best practices from the Navarra Zirkular Initiative in Spain, and we will have an in-depth look at Roskovec's current challenges and opportunities in local waste management. We will close with a Q&A session, so I want you to write down all your questions, and in the end we will discuss them. And of course, we would like to have a one-to-one discussion in the end of our workshop with Roskovec's representative for our policy feedback. So, who are we? For those that may be new to EURADA, we are a Brussels-based network representing more than 55 members from 14 different EU countries, consists of regional development agencies, RDAs. Our mission is to support regional innovation, economic transformation, and cross-border cooperation with increasing emphasis on green and circular transitions. EURADA plays a key role in bridging local needs and European-level opportunities, helping regions like Roskovec, in that case, to engage in EU-funded projects. And also from the upcoming mentorship session that they will have from our side, we will explore this kind of aspects. We are aiming of building capacity and learn from best practices across Europe. You can always scan the available QR here in order to explore our official website for more information. And with this small introduction, I would like to hand over now to my colleague Cristina Sanz Rutherford, who will provide an overview on EURADA's contribution to the circular economy. Thank you once again for being here, and we look forward to an engaging and productive workshop.
Thank you very much, Nancy. So now I will give you a quick overview of the projects and initiatives related to circular economy in which we as EURADA are involved. So besides the main activities and services that we carry out for our members, such as, for example, working group meetings, annual events, and capacity building activities, EURADA also participates in EU-funded projects and tenders across a wide array of topics, normally also of interest to our members, with a particular emphasis on circularity and sustainability. For instance, some of these topics cover the S3, energy transition, talent retention, innovation, policy impact assessment, public procurement, SMEs, and circular economy. As you can see here, these are some of the projects in which we are currently engaged nowadays. Given that right now we are engaged in 15 initiatives overall, you can see that our focus on circularity is quite noticeable, which certainly aligns with EU priorities and also priorities of our members. Now, what's our role in these projects? Well, as the topics we cover vary, so do our roles. So notably, we've led communication and dissemination efforts, also exploitation plans, stakeholder mapping and engagement strategies, peer learning and replication support activities, research and capacity building. And that said, I'll now focus on our role and contributions in the Circular Cities and Cities, Circular CCRI Knowledge Hub, in short. So our role at the beginning of the project focused on analyzing circular economy projects, initiatives, and resources in order to identify best practices and less successful cases that would then be included in a publicly accessible repository. In total, the CCRI Knowledge Hub consortium analyzed around 120 projects and 118 circular economy resources. And once the analytical part of the project was done, we launched a call for expressions of interest for cities and regions to receive tailored peer mentoring. And for those of you who may not be aware, this program consists on first conducting a diagnostic assessment of that city or region, followed by a one-to-one expert mentoring scheme, and finally a thematic workshop on a topic of their interest, such as the one that we are holding today mainly for Roskovec. And although it is true that all projects imply a collaborative effort, it should be noted that the CCRI Knowledge Hub places particular emphasis on joint implementation and shared learning. And like other projects where roles are clearly divided between, for example, technical and transversal work packages or partners, here most activities are transversal and are carried out collectively by all partners. And what perhaps distinguishes a bit more EURADA is indeed the fact that we've been able to leverage our existing network of RDAs, or regional development agencies, to promote the calls, that way reaching multiple regions and also strengthening the engagement of their engagement in on the circular transition. And on this note, I'll leave the floor back to my colleague Nancy, who will give you a more detailed overview of the CCRI Knowledge Hub itself. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Cristina, for this interesting input. So, from my side, I would like to give you a little bit more information about the CCRI Knowledge Hub. What is this CCRI Knowledge Hub? So, the CCRI Knowledge Hub stands for the Knowledge Hub that aims to leverage existing initiatives and projects to foster the adoption of circular economy in cities and regions in Europe. The project has a duration of 36 months, expected to be completed in December 2026, with a consortium of 11 EU partners. It is a CSA, which means Coordination and Support Action, and has the objective to increase the impact of the existing CCRI by enlarging the network of involved stakeholders, bringing together the knowledge and critical mass already developed around circular economy implementation, and of course, building upon the circular economy stakeholder platform. So, what does the CCRI Knowledge Hub bring to the regions and cities, and why it is important? The CCRI Knowledge Hub serves as a dynamic marketplace and it's a support platform that empowers regions and cities to accelerate their circular economy transitions. What that means, it brings together a collection of enabling technologies, practical tools, methods, reports, good practices, sourced both from within the CCRI Knowledge Hub and through an extensive mapping exercise. all selected for their relevance, of course, and usefulness to the local needs. Beyond resources, the CCRI Knowledge Hub offers a customized support, including a diagnostic tool to assess its city or region's readiness level, and personalized mentoring and capacity building activities to strengthen implementation capacity. Additionally, it provides policy recommendations and sustainability guidance, and it helps local authorities design long-lasting, evidence-based strategies that foster circularity, innovation, and collaboration across Europe. So, as you remember, Cristina referred on some very interesting steps that are followed through CCRI Knowledge Hub. So there is a method behind this initiative. It is a method of 3 phases. First phase, identifying and systematizing knowledge. What that means, this phase focuses on collecting, analyzing, and organizing valuable insights, tools, and good practices to build a solid evidence base for circular economy implementation. After the completion of the first phase, we go to the phase 2, where it is expanding, spreading customized knowledge. In that phase, what do? We provide tailored support, mentoring, and capacity building activities, helping regions and cities to apply relevant knowledge according to their specific needs and readiness levels, as we do with Roskovec, for example. And then we have the third phase, which is bringing knowledge to policymakers and society. The final phase translates lessons learned into actionable policy recommendations and awareness initiatives, ensuring that knowledge informs decision-making and drives the systematic change. So, in a nutshell, the Knowledge Hub formula combines curated resources, customized support, and policy guidance across 4 key dimensions. First, public engagement. Second, innovation and technology. Third, business model and financial support. And fourth, impact evaluation. In order to empower regions and cities in driving an effective and sustainable circular economy transition. And that's it from my part, considering the description of the CCRI Knowledge Hub. And now I would like to give the floor to one of our members, Navarra Zirkular Initiative and Legarda Campos, who will speak to us about how to promote circular economy in businesses. The floor is yours.
Hi, thank you first of all, thank you for the invitation to take part of this workshop. I'm Legarda Campos and I work as project manager in SODENA, the development agency of Navarra. And I'm also part of the management team of Navarra Zirkular. My presentation will focus more of circular economy in businesses. I know this workshop has a focus maybe more on waste, but we have also the view of businesses, not only municipalities or waste management companies, but also businesses itself and how waste has to be seen in the whole value chain of business. Can I change the slide or?
I will change the slides for you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you. So we can change, yeah. So as Nancy already mentioned, Navarra Zirkular is an initiative, public-private initiative that aims to promote circular economy in companies in our region, which is Navarra in the north of Spain. And we promote the adoption of circular economy practices mostly through collaboration. Our initiative is already a collaborative initiative with different departments of the government and other public companies such as SODENA and the ORECAN, which is the environmental a public company. And from now, we are already 220 companies that enroll the initiative, and we have also different collaborators that support us in the territories such as clusters, universities, or territorial agents.
Al dottor Puia, ti mando
As I mentioned, is the circular economy hub of the region, and we try to engage private, and we are the public actors, but we try to engage private actors in the circular economy. So we ask ourselves how to promote the circular economy, and then we try to translate to businesses what benefit the circular economy can bring for them.
Give me a second.
Yeah. So we have different type of activities. First, we think it's sometimes we take as granted that everyone knows what is circular economy, and circular economy is different R's and different concepts that maybe not all businesses are familiarized with. So we need to support them in understanding what it is, because maybe they have implemented in the activities, but they don't catalog it as circular economy. Then increase the visibility of the companies that already are committed to circular economy, support them in the transition. We develop also specialized knowledge in the field of circular economy, and I think in your hub, it's really relevant this knowledge you gather, because in the case of waste management, if you point out the whole value chain, in this moment is when you realize where is the part you want to focus, and maybe sometimes also people only consider recycle as an alternative as a part of circular economy, but circular economy and management is a lot of things, so it's important to have specialized knowledge about this. We also foster collaboration in different forums, and we encourage the creation of circularity projects. Yeah, we can go a bit faster in this, how we support understanding on circular economy in companies is mostly throughout communication. Communicate what you do and try to bring the resources to the people. It's important. So we try to keep companies informed through our website, social networks, and newsletter. And for the visibility, we also, apart from website that companies are visible there, social networks, we organize events where also we give the opportunity to be a speaker for a certain company. For example, in waste management, I imagine you also develop certain forums where you give some voices to companies that want to increase their visibility of what they are doing. And we also have a catalog of good practices. Then in the support of companies in the transition, this Navarra Zirkular is an initiative that rules since 2022, but in the last 2 years we have a new action plan, and we try to think as global as a region for the territory. So identify challenges and opportunities, needs and barriers. First, identifying them in businesses, but make it a regional challenge, because if we aim to try to solve this regional challenge, we need all the steps to be taken into account, and we support in this transition with this collective challenge of the region. And we also we are not Navarra Circular does not fund companies, but we put in contact with certain funding opportunities we happen to know. And then in the case of knowledge, knowledge is something that is happening in different at different levels and in different people. Like we need to spread knowledge among all the type of citizens. So, for example, we think it's really important to have a leadership inform about circular economy. So we also try to raise awareness about the management team. Then business and society in general, with technical workshops that maybe are required in certain times to solve some issues. And then in the education, so it's a bit the whole world. So we have we work together with the education department, developing certain materials for schools, and also at university we have a chair of circular economy. And then collaboration, which is the key part of circular economy, and I would say also one of the most important parts of circular waste management. Without the collaboration among the agents of the value chain, it won't be able to be completely circular as we aim for. We try to create a collaborative network where we are able to exchange experience, collaborate with European networks as we are doing now, and also present regional experiences at international level with the intention of creation of projects together. As I said, the creation and definition of circularity projects is one of our goals, and we aim for different type of projects, individual or collaborative, regional or European. And now we are part of a European project that is called ESIF, European Circular Innovation Valley. And this project focuses on make circular value chains. So it aims to change the current value chains to a more circular ones based on the collaboration among regions. So the members of these projects, of the members of the consortium, we are regions, either regional government or development agencies that work together to connect their ecosystems and to collaborate across circular economy. So as I said, it seeks to connect regions and solve a circularity challenge with the intention of create regional European systemic change through innovation. So we think that the transition to circular economy, as the transition of like circular waste management, needs of collaboration, and interregional collaboration is key, because certain barriers cannot be solved only by a region itself. So it's important to have these type of collaborations. And we aim to find solutions to circularity challenge. So in order to solve these challenges and bring solutions, we need to generate change. So we need to generate new products, services, or innovation processes that are not as common or are not existing now. So we have to make them a reality we hope, at the end of this project. And the particularity also of this project is that we work in missions. So we work in certain topic that we want to achieve that is cross-sectoral. And I wanted to point out here the importance of waste as a cross-sectoral topic, because we point out several missions that are important for the regions. And here are the ones that in one way or another are related to waste, that is, for example, the increase the level of industrial symbiosis, which is one of the goals and is key to it's not possible to achieve an industrial symbiosis with a center and a structured way of circular waste management form. To design out of waste is also something that we aim to achieve. Decrease the extraction of virgin raw materials and increase the use of secondary raw materials. For that, we need to have a really effective circular waste management process. Otherwise, it won't be that easy to achieve. Agro-food system or food production should have reduced waste. It's other of our goals, similar in circular metals and minerals. We aim to increase the valorization of byproducts and reduce the waste from textile production and revalorize also in this sector, and also in electric and electronic waste to have an efficient process of reuse, reduce, and recycle process. So this is to conclude what we think is the best option to promote the adoption of circular economy businesses is that we determine the challenges and opportunities of companies, and we made them a challenge for the region in order to identify barriers and drivers. So we can work on that. Then always support companies in the transition, and also give visibility to the companies that are already circular, what we call native circular companies. Connect, work in the circularity challenge, connecting stakeholders in a collaborative way, because I repeat a lot of times collaboration, but is key for circular economy, and we are working in a collaborative and cross-sectoral manner. So here I also leave our website, our email, also my email, and I'm open to all the questions you can have from now.
Thank you very, very much for this so interesting presentation. And of course, write down all your questions for our representatives from Navarra Zirkular. We will discuss them in the end. And now I would like to give the floor to our next speaker from Roskovec, Ms. Ulpiana Blido. Can you hear us, Ms. Blido? Is Ms. Blido online? Yes. We cannot hear you yet. Ms. Blido? Probably there is an issue with your microphone. Let's give some minutes to solve the technical issues. We still cannot hear you. Let's see. Ms. Blido, Can you hear us? We cannot see you and we cannot hear you. Yes, as I see, she disconnected and connecting again. When a session is live, these things can happen. Thank you for your understanding. I would like to suggest the time that we are waiting, let's improvise a little bit until Miss Blido managed to solve the technical problem. Do we have any questions about the presentation of Navarra? Now it's the best moment to drop your questions until we have the next speaker, now that you have fresh in your mind the input.
Yeah, I'm also curious on if you could share some knowledge on the waste management based on your hub of circular waste management. If you have any example or any experience with some businesses that have worked on circular, that you have worked with in circular waste management, or some projects that you can have in mind about this, or ideas like.
This is an open question to all the audience because we have a variety of people in the audience today, or it's only for EURADA?
It's for everyone.
Okay, so if someone wants to take the floor, feel free to share with Legarda your experience on what she's asking. In the meantime, I see also another question from Jade in the chat. She is asking, is it possible to know when is the next event of Navarra? Are any of them open to the public?
Yeah, we mostly are focused to our stakeholders in the region. So we develop some events to understand what are their barriers. Like we do also working groups, or like working events, let's say. But regarding the ESI project, we have more open events, so I can share with you if you're interested, because this project has a part where I focus on the teams, but it has a part in the practical part. It has a part where there is some potential innovation projects creation. So we have some funding to create interregional projects, which the funding goes to the regions, the participative regions. But in case you want to participate without funding or with your own funds, you can also be part of a potential project. So if you are interested, I can share with you what we are doing and next events.
This is perfect. We would like to have the information about the next event. Jade is saying thank you. And also from the side of EURADA, as Cristina has already described, we have several projects that they have to do with circular economy. And the characteristic one is also Cirxist, that there is a component of waste management. Please, Cristina, correct me if I'm wrong, and feel free to add something that could be interesting for Legarda.
So yes, in Cirxist, It's a circular economy project, and we have three main value chains. One is bio-waste, the other one is water, and the other one is plastics and packaging. Although the three of them are interconnected, precisely because of this industrial symbiosis and extended circular system solutions that we intend to develop and implement. And in case it's of interest to you or any of the online participants, we have a community of practice where we share the knowledge and the circular systemic solutions that we are developing in the project. And it's also a way to foster a bit of peer exchange, knowledge exchange, and we also organize events such as replication workshops to try to see how the solutions being developed in the regions of our project, which are most of them CCRI regions, by the way, how they can be replicated elsewhere in other regions or in other contexts, or how can the solutions of one value chain be used for another value chain elsewhere as well. So we do have replication workshops, and we also have study visits to the demonstrators that are developing these solutions as well. And without going any further, we are having the one of bio-waste next week in Finland. But the workshop is is hybrid, so you can also join online if you wish, or if anyone else wishes. I will drop the registration link in the chat shortly. And regarding any other resources that can be of use on bio-waste or on other in general in circular economy, I believe that by the end of the project we will have a repository of all of these resources, best practices, and also less successful cases that can be used to see what the challenges are, how they were overcome, and what can be avoided in other contexts. So the purpose of the Knowledge Hub is precisely to give all of this information that can be, as you mentioned before, sometimes a bit difficult to find or a bit contradicting, or it can be a bit messy if you are joining for the first time the transition towards circularity. So the purpose is to simplify all of this information and to have the best guiding tools possible for your transition. So I hope this answered a bit your question before.
Really, thank you, Cristina. Really interesting. If you can share it with me, I will appreciate it. Thank you.
And we have something more for you. I saw a component in your presentation, Ricardo, about textiles. So today with us we have Jade. Jade, would you like to speak about just fashion a little bit and the extent of circularity in textiles?
Yes, of course. Thank you very much, Athanasia. We are developing, as you know, in the EURADA Secretariat, the Work Package 8 and Work Package 9 of the Just Fashion project. This is a relatively new project as it kickstarted in December, which aims to support SMEs to achieve a fair transition in the fashion sector. So within this, we have 6 pilot cases. These pilot cases, they come from different countries. So we have Germany, 2 from Belgium, 1 from North Macedonia, 1 from Spain, and 1 from Italy. That they range from very different kind of thematic, let's say, production. So, for example, the one in Italy specializes on sports clothing and on developing new technologies for the fabrics. The one on Spain, Modac, it specializes on kids' clothes, children's clothes. The one in Belgium, the 2 of them, one works with other big brands, or let's say medium to high-end brands in Belgium, that they donate the fabrics that they do not use, and then they create high-end or very capsule collections from this fabrics. Other one is more of a retail, like we know the big retail stores, like not to mention some names, but we know the Inditex 3 or 4 big stores. So there's one like that from Belgium. And the one from North Macedonia is one that is very focused on the social aspect. So trying to support single mother families as well to develop the capacities to create this fashion designs. And within this SMEs, as we know, there's a lot of conversation around the new textiles and waste directive here in Brussels. So basically helping these SMEs to understand and to navigate such a complex framework as it can be the new legislation that it will be regarding waste and textiles. It's part of our mission as well. In EURADA, we're doing a stakeholder mapping. Therefore, we're trying to understand all the institutions and organizations that are involved, not only in the fashion sector, but also within the lobbying and the representation offices that plenty of them, they overlap sometimes. So it's quite interesting. And we expect them to be public within next year, May of next year, if I am correct. So yeah, very interesting projects. We're very glad to be participating within this consortium. And if you have any questions or if you would like to be participating, because I know in the future we will have some events that it will be open to the public once we have the first deliverables, let's say, I'll be happy to help. So through Nancy, you can write me or in EURADA, I am more than happy to support. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jade. Legarda, do you have any more question or someone else?
Really interesting, Jade. Regarding textiles, we are also aiming to work in natural fibers such as wool, because at least in our case, and I think it's the same in the rest of regions, some years ago, most of the wool was exported, so it has that value. But apparently, COVID changed everything, and now is more a waste than input. So it's a bit. We really want to change that because it has a really a bunch of properties that we like, that wool can be used as, they has different new potential uses, of course as clothes, but also other uses. So we are trying to work, and also in the project with hemper and other natural fibers. So really, I think we will be in contact.
Are you part of Ecosistics by any chance? This network of all the textile projects within Europe?
No, at least I'm not familiar, so I will check about that.
It would be interesting because I'm not sure what are the requirements and how does the membership works, but I know that it's an initiative from the European Commission, and recently we participated in their not General Assembly, as they are a network, but let's say in their consortium meeting in Sweden, and they had several projects that it was regarding with natural fibers, and they are collaborating among them within working groups that they have in the network. So that could be interesting if you're developing new stuff in natural fibers. And the other thing that I was to mention is also the thematic groups from the support office of the CCRI. There is 4 thematic groups. I don't have it under my eyes here, but oh yes, the one in circular construction buildings. There's one on circular resource management, one in circular bioeconomy, and one in industrial symbiosis and circular economy in industries. We get to collaborate with them in the Circular Week here in Brussels, because they organize 1 or 2 events and workshops, but also quite interesting inputs regarding waste management. So that could also be a great opportunity for Navarra, if you are not already involved, right?
Yeah, thank you. I think we are involved in some of them, but thank you. It will be good to have a look.
So perfect. I would like to thank my colleagues that they brought such an important input in today's workshop. So as we are facing this technical issue with the connection of Roskovec, I would take the lead and I will do a fast passage of their presentation in order to share with you some information about this case that we are working with them, and we have prepared bilaterally their desk research, and we are trying to understand how we can expand their knowledge on waste management. So, in this presentation, I will very fast share with you some information about the municipality of Roskovec. The territory of the municipality of Roskovec is located in the region of Fier in Albania. It's a mixed urban-rural typology. The population, it is 32,977 inhabitants. And recently, with the last census of 2023, there is a reduction of the population to the 16,332 inhabitants. The main sectors that provide the employment for the residents of the area are the oil extraction industry, the agricultural sector, livestock and horticulture, and construction sector. Considering the waste services organizations, there is a waste management service provided by the public enterprise of the municipality of Roskovec. And it is actually under the subordinate directorate with a structure of 70 employees, where 15 are for public service, 13 for greening and composting activities, and 36 are for the cleaning service, and 6 of them are administrative positions. So, in this slide, you can see what Roskovec has provided as their waste data. Only 95% of the population is served. So it's not something that can not be taken as an important number based on the data they shared with us. And as we can see from the waste generation diagram, there is an increase from 2021 to 2023. So based on the data they shared for their waste composition, they have a recyclable waste around 13.7%, 300 tons. And they have also compostable organic and green waste around 70%, 1,600 tons. There is also the stream of separating collection of recyclable waste in Roskovec, as we can see from this slide. They are able to collect in dedicated wire mesh cages, mainly cardboard. They have collection points next to public bins, and there are dedicated vehicles for collection of cardboard and green waste. Furthermore, they have facilities in order to take care of this kind of processing. They have an open space, level site, 2,500 square meters, and under root area, 140 square meters. There is a tractor, powers the shredder, baler for cardboard, and the annual processing assessment, they are able to do annual processing assessment of 1,000 tons of compost and in general 50 tons of cardboard annually. Considering the processing of the material and the final product, the cardboard is solid via auction procedure that through the market price, and even though the market price has decreased drastically. So, furthermore, compost is used for greenery and municipality needs without generating direct income, but by reducing municipality expenses and providing a better service. So in this slide, there is an interesting video how they do this process. I will let the video play for you. Here we can see how they work with the cupboard at their facility. And the result, of course. So now, considering the amounts of the recyclable waste processed, so they have prepared for us two tables. We have the amounts of separately material collected and processed in the last 2 years based on their data. For 2023, the main green waste is cardboards. The input is 170 and the output 55. And as we can see, for the year 2024, we have an increase as from an input 425, we have an output of 128. So it seems that this approach works for Roskovec. And also they are sharing with us the tendency, trends, and potential in extension and collection schemes they are using. For example, considering green waste, cardboards, and plastics. And as you can see, green waste is prevailing in comparison with the cardboards and the plastics, considering the recovering. So there are some challenges on the operation, including territory control, capacity, resources, business collaboration, household collaboration, and policies to overcome, like regulations, obligations, and of course, fines. Selling of the product. So in this slide, they are sharing with us the efforts they do to sell the material and different legal aspects that they are going through. Considering the efforts, the subordinate directory have performed an open procedure by inviting companies from the waste management sector to attend in the procedure for selling the baled material. A site visit where the material is baled and stored was performed for companies showing interest on the material subject of auction procedure. Considering the legal aspects, they had 3 companies participating after the announcement to the auction procedure, and the winner company is selected based on the best offer, of course, for the product and transport service. Without condition of the quantity, but willing to take as high as possible, being baled by the municipality of Roskovec. I will move to the next slide. They gave us more information about this contractual agreement with the recycling companies. There is a winner right contract with Green Recycling Ltd. After this auction that took place from 2023 to 2024, as you can see. The annual quantities are weighted in the company premises and in the end of the year. The company pays to the enterprise directory their respective value for the baled quantities being taken along the year. And how this process is operated. First, once per 45 days, the unit informs the company, the buyer, to take the material collected. On average, 4 to 5 tons of cardboard is the amount being baled and ready for sale. The buyer afterwards provides the transport themselves from site to the company designated point. 5 ALL per kilogram on the side is the price for 2024. However, this has changed due to global market price decreasing continuously. And now we are going to see the challenges that the municipality of Roskovec is facing. As you can see, they are legal, operational, financial, and of course, they have to do with trust and other interests. Let's dive a little bit more into these challenges that this municipality in Albania is facing. Considering the legal part, there is no adequate legislation in force to facilitate the selling of recyclable materials. There is a difficulty in securing long-term and sustainable agreements, contracts with operators. Considering the operational, more technical part, there is distance to treatment facilities for the transportation from the staff and subordinate directory. There is limited infrastructure for separate collection of materials, transport and processing. The communication and planning for timely collection and transport of materials often encountered logistical obstacles. And considering the financial part, there is high transportation cost, low and fluctuating price of material on the market. The contract, of course, is based on the market price currently. And considering the two last points of the trust and other interests, easier for recycling companies to receive from the informal sector and limited interest in entering into formal cooperation with municipalities. And next, we have some recommendations that they have received as municipality. First, contracts with operators can be negotiated for a long period, ensuring more favorable conditions for both parties and stability in the process. Organizing a cooperation platform between local municipalities and operators to share resources and logistics, reducing costs and increasing efficiency. If it is possible, operators to enter in cooperation with the municipality to invest in technologies at the center, to modernize and make the system/service more efficient and effective, establish functional operational procedures to maximize the amount of material sent in its transport, such as fixed dates and fixed amounts in a given period. Building capacity through mutual and continuous training with private sector, support is understanding and prepare for the expected EPR scheme, extended producers responsibility. And last but not least, they have shared with us some information about the green waste collection and the current initiatives they have in Roskovec. They have investments and auctions. For example, purchase a new green material grading machine, started the process of establishing a door-to-door separate waste collection system, implementing an awareness-raising campaign for the community and businesses on separate waste collection, and supporting the upcoming door-to-door collection system. Although there are further needs, and there is where also our role as EURADA is coming through the desk research to understand what are the further needs and provide them the guidance in order to go a step further. And here, as they are sharing openly, there is a need for improvement of collection and establish a separate collection for families and businesses, purchase of a new bigger baler for cardboard and PET, and a new shredder with the greater capacity and higher efficiency for green waste. Here they have some pictures of the separate collection of green waste. And also at this slide, they are having some pictures about composting, collection and transport to the site as a part of the cleaning service. Threading and drafting windrows is part also of the on-site process. They are sharing with us the different stages in these pictures, if you have a closer look. And overall, these are the information that the municipality of Roskovec shared with us in order to share with you and start a productive discussion that we hope that it would be able to take place live, but because of technical unfortunate conditions, they didn't manage to do their presentation. At this point, I would like to give you the floor if you have any questions after also the input from the Roskovec municipality. Are there any questions? If there are no questions, I have a question that it's mainly to Navarra Zirkular. From Navarra's approach, what lessons could be transferable to smaller municipalities like Roskovec? If you had to teach something in this municipality, what would be the priority for you?
I think, as I repeat a lot in my presentation, and I think they are already doing this, collaboration among the actors of the supply chain. We in Navarra, we are also really few people living here in compared to other regions in Spain. We are 700,000 people in the whole region. So when we are like this is a bit the stakeholder identification, and we also think it can ease a bit the collaborations and the knowing of each other, but also I think the sharing information is important because when we have a barrier or a necessity, sometimes we can think it's only our necessity, but when we transfer this information to the whole actors, we see it's a necessity for more people. So is the way to work together in order to solve a necessity that or a barrier that if you see this in more people, you can create a sense of common challenge. So then it's easier to, or we think it's the way to be solved in a more efficient way. But it looks interesting, the initiative of this municipality.
Thank you so much for this input, Legarda. And I have also one more question that I want to pose to everybody in this room. Are there any regions here today with us that they have tackled similar waste management issues, or someone that would like to share a brief insight that can find a connection with what you have received as information in today's workshop? No? Okay, then. So I think that we can move to our closing remarks. And thank you all for your valuable contribution and for these very nice discussions we had the chance to have today in the workshop. A few takeaways, if I can say, it's the importance of the tailored regional solutions and how the circular economy strategies must adapt to local contexts in order to be successful. How important is the peer learning between the regions, how a more advanced region can teach a less advanced region on how to pass the different stages of the circular transition. And of course, I think it's highlighted the need for a continued dialogue, support, and policy alignment in order to ensure that smaller municipalities, for example, like Roskovec, can fully engage in European sustainability goals. At this point in EURADA, we remain committed to support this process by facilitating access to European networks, sharing knowledge through platforms like the CCRI Knowledge Hub, and connecting the local actors with the funding and expertise, of course. So I would like to invite you to stay engaged and stay in touch on the future activities that our Knowledge Hub will launch. And yes, that's it. And if you want to find out more, here you can find the link to explore the Circular Cities and Regions initiative. Thank you very, very much. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you for the
Thank you very much.
organization.
Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Ciao.